Hello everyone, this is Peter from Cellcom Sky, and I'm here to do a demonstration on a POS system for a garage. So today I'm gonna show you on how our system works on a garage. Yeah, so in the streets we're gonna head to the POS point. So now our system, once you open it, the first thing it will ask you for the login credentials, and you put your login credential. Each and every person will be using the system will have his or her own credentials limited to some levels. And so now once you open the system, the first thing you land in is the billing point. So now this is the billing point, as you can see from your screen. This is the billing point. And so now maybe we can do a sample. We can maybe we wanna do a card detailing. Sorry. You want to do a car detailing, and you can see from there I've tried to search it, it has come, it's there. And maybe we can do a full car service. We can do that, and maybe you can add full body paint restoration. It's there. And so once you click any service, it comes into your order parts, and after it has come, it calculates the totals. Now from here, maybe this person has bargained the full body paint restoration. Maybe it's not fixed. It can be fixed or it cannot be fixed. So maybe he's asking for some discount. Maybe you can give him. You see, okay. Before I got there, you see, if you wanna do any discount, you just click the service. And at this point for discount, you can put maybe 500 shillings discount. And you see from this part, there's a shillings discount type and there's a percentage discount type. So it depends on how you want to apply your discount. So in our case here, we have selected shillings and we say, okay. And you see from here, initially it was 12,000. Now it has dropped to 11,500, and also it has affected the total. So the next thing after you have okay, you have selected the services you're offering to that client. The next thing is now selecting the payment type that client is paying through, and we can select the first payment type as cash. You see, once you select cash, it will ask you to print for the receipt, and you click here and you print the receipt and you hand it to the customer, and you say done. Once you are done, it gets back to the billing point. Maybe we can do another service. Maybe this time around we can do this full body paint restoration. Maybe you can do wheel alignment. Sorry. And this time maybe we try M-Pesa. You see, they're all payment types you're offering from this point. Now you can select your M-Pesa till or maybe your M-Pesa to mobile number. This time we say M-Pesa till, and it will ask you for the confirmation details for that person who has paid. You say okay. You see, now all your clients you have ever served will come into this part. If it's a new client, you say add new customer. You put name, maybe test customer, and maybe you can capture the phone number 07000, just a test, and you say okay. Once you say okay, it will ask you to print the receipt, and the receipt will also appear with the name you have captured for that customer, and also it will show you on how that customer has paid, right? Yeah, so now generally that's how you do your billing, right? That's how you do your billing. You can do it M-Pesa, you can do it cash, you can do it. Now maybe we can try something else. Maybe this person was offered this service, and maybe it's it's a friend customer, or maybe it's a customer you know who comes often. Maybe this person you're offering to give him or her a credit, like you're offering a service maybe to be paid later or something. So now in this case, after you have selected all the services you're offering to that customer, the next thing, once you come to this point of payment, Now in this case, now since it's a on credit service, you won't click cash and peso or something. You're gonna select on credit, right? So in this case, now since this person may be someone we know and is intending to pay later, you just say on credit and you click that. It will also ask you for the customer details and you add, maybe we say John Madeni, just a sample, and maybe we can capture a phone number, maybe for follow up or something, or reference. Just that. You say okay, and it will print the receipt. Now this receipt won't be like any other normal receipt. It will show that it's a credit receipt, it's unpaid receipt that's intended to be paid later, right? And we're gonna see this. Sorry, we're gonna see this later in our reports. The customers who are on credits and not that. So after you've done that, you just say okay. You just say done, right? So generally now in this part we have done what's supposed to be done in this part. Billing, you're billing your clients after you have offered the service. You can bill your clients either cash and pesa or credit. And once you have done that, now maybe the next part, which will be for the management part, it will be now that part for seeing reports, for seeing how the business is doing, for seeing how you are serving your clients, for seeing how the business has been doing, and not that. So maybe we can go to the management part to see all those things, right? So once you click the management part, the first thing you land on it's the dashboard, and the dashboard gives you a summary of what's happening. You see, now the dashboard will give you. You see, from these parts, it's a graphical representation from January to December. So now in this part, it will be showing how you are making your sales from from January to December. Sorry, it will be adjusting as you're making your sales, right? So this is just a summary of what's happening. When you come to this part here, this gives you a total accumulative for that year, right? It's a total accumulative for that year, this figure. And these figures here, they show the top selling month, right, for that particular year. So now in this part, as for our sample here, it shows that July, you see, July, you can see this July was the highest selling month, right? July was our highest selling month as our sample is showing us here. And now this part, it's daily sales. This is a summary for daily sales, and this just salaries is not really important. And now this part, it will be showing you the top selling services in your garage. And now, as we can see from our samples here, it shows that the full car service is the most selling service in our garage, right? So now, generally, this is not a detailed report, but just a summary to show you how the business is doing, to show you the way the business has been doing, and the services which are really on demand, and not that, right? So now maybe we can proceed to this part for products. Now this part for products, the part now you add your services, right? This is where you add your services, you change your prices. Now maybe like this car detailing, we would like maybe to change the price. You see from here, we can change the price, right? Maybe something, and once you have changed the price, you just say save. It's just as simple as that. You can change even the description. You can change it from here. And once you have done that, you just say save. Maybe you can add a new service. Maybe this time around you can say something like just cleaning, something like that. Cleaning. You can say normal. normal cleaning. And now since it's a service, you see this part, you tick it's a service not using stock, right? Now you set your service rates. It goes for maybe 500 shillings. And you say save. It has added to your list, right? Just as simple as that. So now in this part, you sorry, you change. You can change prices. You can change descriptions. You can add new services. You can delete services, and all these services, or not these parts from management parts, they're only accessible by admin, right? So it's not everyone will be accessing this part, so you won't have to be in a worry that someone may come here and delete something or change something. It will only be accessible by the admins, right? So now maybe we can proceed this talk now, since we are not it's a service farm. We don't really need to check the stock unless you're having some products which need to be tracked inventory. We can be tracking them in these parts. But if it's a service, you don't need to come and check it from here, because you don't have to count like how many services they have left. They are countless. It's a service. But again, it's really important to check this part, reporting part. So once you come to this reporting part, the very first thing is to select the dates for that report you want to check. Like now we want to check report for today, right? We just select today. It's a shortcut for predefined periods. Today you say okay. And now all of these are reports. Maybe we can start with this first report for product sales. We just open it. So now this reports is going to show us what we have done, what we have been doing. Yeah, it's loading, it's generating the report. It's gonna take a few seconds, I guess. hmm Yeah, so now it's loading. Oh, yeah, right, it's here. So now this gives a summary of what we have done. You see, from that selling window, these are what we were doing, and as you can check from here, it shows that the full car service were offered 3 times. hmm Car detailing 3 times, right? Yeah, the quantity part it's here, and the totals and the total summary it's here. So now, generally, if like all what we had done were today's sales, this could have been today's sales. It gives you a summary of all the lists of the services that were offered and how many times they were offered, right? And the totals here for those amounts they were charged. You see, it's a very nice report. Maybe another report we can check. All of these are nice reports, but only here I'll just check on the most important reports. And also we can check on these very important payment types. You just double click it. So now this gives you a summary of the payment types which were done during the sales. You see, as per now today, cash were this, M-Pesa were this, and on credit were this. You see, it's a very nice summary. It gives you all what you have received through what means. hmm You see, so already we can see from our point here that someone hasn't paid yet. You see, the total sales inclusive of the unpaid bill, right? And maybe we can check who didn't pay for those bills. You see, from this part, payment types by customers, we can open it and you see. Now from this part, it shows John Madeni. Actually, Madeni is the one who hasn't paid. From this column. You can see Johnny Madeni hasn't paid, right? In this point, we can say test customers paid through till this amount, and selected customer, okay, for cash. Mostly, you find that unless you instruct otherwise, For cash, you won't be needing to select names of the customers unless you need it to be made mandatory. That's the time it will be like a must for someone to be selected during a cash sale. But in our case here, that's why it's selected unselected customer because we had not selected any customer for that sale, for the cash sale, right? So now these are good summary. Yeah, it shows who paid through M-Pesa, who hasn't paid yet, and who paid through cash. And if there were other some other payment types like PDQ and something, they would have appeared in their column somewhere here, right? So now this part gives a summary of how the customers have been paying, not that. So maybe another report we can check. It's these are detailed report on unpaid sales. You can check these, right? You just open that. And you see from this report, it gives a summary and list of all people who haven't paid yet. And from our case, it's only this person. You see here, Johnny Madeni uh, needs to pay 22,500, right? So if there were if there were some other customers who had not paid, they could have been listed in this part. Even if there were 100 of them, they could have been listed in this part and you could have seen them. And from there now, maybe you can decide to follow up or maybe to call them because you remember, like now this John Madeni, if maybe we needed to call him, you see, if you search for John Madeni from the customer and suppliers database, he comes here and the phone number is here. So we can call him and tell him, hey, John Madeni, you haven't paid 22,500. And maybe he had forgotten and will come and pay, right? So now in this part, this is where you can search all your customers you have been saving in your database. Yeah, you can search them from this point, right? So now maybe we can check on some other functions like users and security. This is where you set your, or this is where you add your the people who are using the system, and you assign them to some levels. You can maybe limit some people to seeing reports and something, from editing, from updating things. It will depend on how you want. It's flexible. Any function in this system can be limited or can be accessed by anyone if you instruct that to be done, right? So now maybe we can check this part for my company. This is where you set all your business details, your business name, your M-Pesa till number, your phone numbers, your logo. You set it in this part, right? So now generally that's how the system works. We have seen how to add the services, how to edit, how to check reports, how to check those people who haven't paid, and all that. So now we can go back to this point for billing. And before maybe we end the presentation, you can check out these parts for view sales history. This just gives you a summary of what you had been doing. This is just an history of what you had been doing before, right? These are the sales we had done before, right? Uh-huh. And maybe another important part I would like to show you is this one, cash in, cash out. These are very important parts, and mostly for these remove cash parts, these for recording the expenses. So maybe, okay, there are those miscellaneous expenses and not that in the business. So maybe you had like 500 shillings token, 500 shillings staff lunch or something. So these all those things, they are recorded in this part. You just click here, remove cash. It's a cash which is getting out of the business. You put the amount there in the description for that expense. So generally this is the part for recording expenses, which is a very virtual thing in the business. Mhm. And now there's these parts, end of day. This is mostly for the salespeople. This for closing for the day. You see? Okay, sorry, this data is not correct because I've done some other demonstration. So, but now here, this is where you close your register each and every day. So when you're closing your register, just click here, close register. You see the summary of what you've done for that day, and you click continue. Once you click continue, it will print a summary of what you've done for the day, and it will reset all these transaction to zeros, ready for the next transaction day, right? So that's when you close for the day. And I think right now I don't have much to add on. More questions and more inquiries can be answered or can be handled after this demonstration. In case you have any question, feel free to contact us and ask for any more clarification of um, more questions to be answered. All right. It was Peter. I really appreciate your time, guys. And now this marks the end of our demonstration. Thank you so much, and thanks once again. Thank you.